Hello and welcome from the beautiful island Lombok in Indonesia. This place is famous for the amazing Gili Islands, beautiful beaches and spectacular marine life. But tomorrow morning I'm trading all this for this, so sketchy, as I attempt to climb Indonesia's second highest mountain, Rinjani. So the hardest hiking I've ever done. Standing at almost 4,000 metres, Mt Rinjani is the second highest volcano in Indonesia out of 147. You can see it from almost any angle on Lombok, surrounded by luscious jungle, including all sorts of creatures. There are several different routes in and out of the Rinjani geopark, and the route that I attempt starts in Sembalan and ends in Senaru. The non-technical trail is around 20 kilometres in total, but with lack of sleep and elevation gain, it was going to be a challenge. And there was one more problem to overcome the night before. Walked on the pavement outside just now, and I didn't see like a big hole in the ground. But after a few stitches and a quick brief from my guide Juan, I was on the trail and ready to go. So we're started now, gone through the gate, we've had our medical check. I've never had that on a hike before. Luckily no one flagged up my bad leg. The start of the hike is amazing, with all this green vegetation and good views of Rinjani. I saw online when researching Rinjani, and I actually saw that all these bikes are Ubers or Grabs, so you actually pay money to take you halfway up the mountain. So my leg does cave in, and at least I know I've got an alternative option. First thing I'll say, very, very hot. Not a cloud in the sky today, blue skies, over 30 degrees. So nice to be walking in the jungle, because we get a lovely break from the sun. About halfway apparently, 4.5 kilometres out of 8 kilometres up, but the elevation so far hasn't been that steep. About 400 metres, we're at about 1500 metres, which is higher than the tallest point in the UK. So now we're ascending into the mist. Yeah, something very homely about hiking in the mist like this. I feel like I'm in the Banai Brycheiniog. First glimpse of the summit. It's just going in between the mist there, but it looks not that far away. Glad going up in the morning, because I'm sure the view is going to be definitely worth it. I think the incline is almost over. We're plateaued on the ridge. We're going to be sleeping tonight. And there's the summit. That's where we're going tomorrow morning. At 2:30 in the morning. Seriously, insane camping spot. So day one of the hike, about 18,000 steps, but about 700 metres in elevation, so we're about 1800 metres now, which actually doesn't sound like too much, but it was very steep. Fitness wise, didn't feel too bad. My leg is really hurting now, or the cut seems to be bleeding a bit. Yeah, as campsites go, couldn't ask for more. Well, I can't ask for more actually, is the sunset.
We leave at 2:30. Then we're gonna take 3 hours up to the summit and then 2 hours down again to the campsite.
I got my wish. Probably is the best sunset I've ever seen. There's also a really nice atmosphere up here amongst fellow campers and hikers. Everyone's earned their spot to be on this ridge and looking at these amazing views. And I'm not gonna lie, the thought of going up there 2:30 in the morning on that ridge is a bit daunting. But I got a couple of hours in. Still tired than this. So we're going from 2,600 metres where we are at camp now to the 3,700 metres summit. I always find climbing in the dark, exciting. It's hard to believe they're actually hiking on an active volcano. Rinjani actually erupted in 2016 last time, which caused the whole mountain to be evacuated. So hopefully it stays good for us today. I met someone on a beach in Sengigi, Lombok, who told me that they pray every year to the mountain and pray for it to not erupt.
Hey, you can
Even at 3 AM in the dark, the vibe up here is class. I don't know why this bit takes so long, because every time we take a step, slide half a step back. So we're actually on the ridge now. I can almost see the summit. What's quite scary and daunting is that just maybe 5 feet that way is the crater to the active volcano Rinjani. I need to concentrate on where I'm putting my feet. The wind's picked up big time now. It's got really cold. We're about an hour and a half from the summit. It's so sketchy because it's so loose and the ridge is quite thin, and one slip down there. It's so sketchy. This bit, some of the hardest hiking I've ever done. It's just the loose terrain makes it so difficult to climb up, and the clouds coming over to it just makes it colder. Wasn't exactly the sunrise I had in mind. Getting battered by the wind now. It's got a really high intensity now. It's a bit wild up here actually. I'm struggling now. Oh, I made it to the top.
Congrats.
Mt Rinjani, 3,726 meters high, and the hardest hike I think I've ever done in my life. Oh, and you do this twice a week?
Yes, I do this twice a week.
Incredible.
Yes.
We gotta go 2 hours down now, and then it's another 9 hours of hiking for the rest of the day. After descending in more ways than one, coming down is as sketchy as going up. The rest of the trail was relatively easy and beautiful. I even saw Lombok's biggest waterfall, which is so out of the way that hardly anyone sees it. But the question is Mt Rinjani a beginner's mountain? And the answer, I think, is that it depends. 3 days of 10-hour hikes with elevation is challenging. The terrain and early starts also make it even tougher. So unless you have a good level of fitness and are comfortable with heights, it may not be for you. Good footwear is paramount for this hike, as the terrain is tedious to say the least. But the trails are well marked. And also, is it worth it? Well, I hope that not only these visuals can show you the answer to that question, but don't just take my word for it.
Rinjani not good. Oh, fucking hard.